So welcome everybody to our Carnival English. I'm going to mute everybody just for the time being. I'll ask you to mute yourselves. Okay, there we go. Now we're muted. So we don't have too much background noise. Let's get started. So welcome. Today we have 3 speaking activities. First, we're going to talk a little bit about listening, because listening is a really important part of speaking, right? One person is talking and someone else should be listening. Otherwise, why are we talking? Okay, so we'll talk a little bit about listening and then we'll do 3 different speaking activities for the classroom. Now, I can send you this later on. Someone translated it. Let me give you a moment to read. You can wave an arm when you're done reading, so I know you're finished. Okay, finished? Okay, if you wave, I know you're finished. Great, thank you very much. Then I can move on to the next slide. Did you enjoy the video that I sent? This is the YouTube video. Is that good? Yeah? All right. I think it's really important that we also tell our students about listening. Otherwise, I think it's normal that students don't want to speak English in class because maybe the other students are not listening when they speak English. Maybe. All right. So this is what we're thinking about when we're listening. Is that okay? All right. So look at the picture. There's 2 people. Is one person listening and one person speaking, or are 2 people speaking? What do you think? You can put your answer in the chat, or you can unmute yourselves.
I think both are speaking.
Yeah, I think so too, right? It's the body language, because they're sitting there using their hands, right? So it looks like they're both talking. So do you think that they're listening to each other? Roberto? Rafael?
Hi.
Hello, the 2 people are speaking.
Yeah, I think so too. And Jane has her hand up. Jane, you want to say something?
I believe that both are speaking, listening to each other and speaking too.
I think so too. So our body language tells people if we're listening. If I'm sitting like this while you're talking, then maybe I'm not listening to you, right? So we want to look like we are listening.
One important thing is the eye contact also when you are talking to someone else.
Yes, that's true.
The eye contact is very important.
I completely agree with you. Yes, Anselmo. On Zoom, that can be difficult because at the moment, actually, if I look at my camera, I can't see you because you're over here and I have this big chat window. Now I pull you over here. I can't see you all and I can't make eye contact with you easily in Zoom. So in an online meeting, how do we show people that we are listening?
I believe you have to be you have to be to the front of the camera, and also interacting. Sometimes you answer some questions. Sometimes you can add some points while you're talking. It's important also not only to listen to the person. Sometimes it's nice to share ideas and chat at the same time, you see. Because if someone just talks, and the other ones don't do anything, don't manifest or say anything, it doesn't get a real conversation. That's what I believe.
I agree with you. There are some problems, though, on an online platform. It could be Microsoft Teams or Zoom or Skype. It doesn't matter. If 2 or 3 people start talking at the same time, we can't hear anything because of the audio. Another problem is when I meet my friends for coffee, right? Someone is talking and I'm going, really? Oh, yeah. I make some sound to show that I'm listening. But if I do that with Zoom, we will have a problem with the audio. Okay, so it doesn't really work the same way in an online teaching context. That's why we use the hand signals. So if you're talking for 2 minutes, I will mute myself. Sorry, I lost myself there. I will mute myself and do this. Do you remember what they mean? What was this? Ingrid?
Sorry, Christine, I was not going to talk about the hand signals. I was going to say that we also have the own tools, the Zoom tools also, like raising the hand if you want to say something, and there are some places for reactions like emotions.
Yes, we can also use them. That's true. And when you're in a breakout room, you can try to use these things. That's a good idea. Sometimes there aren't the extra signals. You could be in a different kind of meeting which doesn't have the signals. So when people do this, it means I have a question. Okay, so if Ingrid is talking and explaining something and I have a question, I do this. And I don't talk to her. I don't say, oh, wait, I have got a question, because then we don't hear each other very well, okay? And Ingrid will see that, and she can say, okay, Christina, I see you have a question. I need 1 more minute. I'll give you, just wait 1 minute, okay? Or if I do this, I don't understand. I don't understand the English. Say it again, or say it in Portuguese, or say it with different words, okay? And if we have a breakout room with 4 people, and you have got 8 minutes in the breakout room, for example, that means each person has not more than 2 minutes. So you need to have a clock or a timer. You need to have your phone, and one person needs to set the timer. Okay? And then give everybody 90 seconds first. So I give 90 seconds to Jane, and when her 90 seconds is up and she's still talking, I signal to her. That means finish your sentence, your time is up. So she has to stop talking, because then someone else will have a turn. Understand? So the hand signals will really help you. They will help you in breakout rooms here, and they will also help you managing your students. And you can do the same thing in the classroom. If one student is talking for a long time, you give time limits. Okay, and at the end of 2 minutes, the teacher does means stop. Okay, that's kind of an important issue, I think, when we are working online, is that we organize it. Okay, and silence is not a bad thing. All right, so let's just do a little tiny demo of how this might work. So I need a volunteer to ask me a question. Okay, thank you, Ingrid. Ingrid would like to ask me a question. So Ingrid, you're going to ask me a question, and I would like, who can I have here? Mariana, can I ask you, have you got a phone? Can you time me? For 60 seconds. But don't start until Ingrid asks a question. Okay, and then when 60 seconds is finished, if I'm still talking, you have to tell me to stop talking. Okay, Mariana? Right, so go, Ingrid.
Is this kind of hand signal universal or just for English, or is it just British? Because in Brazil, we usually just raise the hand if you want to talk, you know, if it's an agreement for everybody in general, or with students.
Okay. There are different hand signals maybe in different places. These days, for 1 year, people have been teaching online and they have been teaching on Zoom. And so teachers in Australia and England, America, Canada, they have come up with some different hand signals. Also, people in other groups do it. So if you are joining, I don't know, a community group and you're working online to do something, and you want everybody to talk and you want everybody to participate, they use hand signals, all right, to make it smoother and easier so we don't interrupt people. So when you have a meeting with people from different nationalities, you could ask a question, okay, which hand signal do you use? Or you can say, I want to use this hand signal, rather than raising the hand all the time. I mean, also, if I raise my hand, maybe you can't even see my hand because it's kind of awkward on a screen. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if I do this, this is kind of small and easy and quick. All right, and Mariana, have I finished? Thank you, I finished my time. See, as I watch Mariana, I know I have 1 minute. So now, and then someone else goes. All right? So that's really important. When you do a speaking activity with your students, do you do a demonstration with them first? Yeah? If you do a demonstration, give me a signal. Yeah, great. It's really important to do a demo first to check that everybody understands what you want them to do. So now we're going to be moving on. We're going to do some activities. I think we will skip this for now. We will move on. We're going to do a chain story. And you probably know this kind of story, but I'm going to do a particular version. All right? We're going to use the letters of the alphabet. So A, B, C, D, E, F in order. In this story, you're going to go shopping. So Monica, have you got a question now you want to ask? Because I see your hand is up. Monica? Okay, then I'm moving on. So we're going to practice with good pronunciation, with intonation. When we have a list, okay, like I've got a pen, a pencil, and a notebook. We don't say, I've got a pen and a pencil and a notebook. That would sound like a robot. Okay, we go down and up for pen, down and up for pencil, and down at the end of the sentence. So I've got a pen, a pencil, and a notebook. If I add the word glass, then I'll say I've got a glass, a pen, a pencil, and a notebook. When my voice goes down, that's the end of the sentence. Okay? I'm sure you already know this, and you probably teach this to your students. Here's our sentence. Yesterday I went shopping and I bought. And the first person in your breakout room is going to choose the letter A and say something. So I bought apples, or I bought a kilo of apples, or I bought an apple. I don't know. All right. And the second person has to remember the first person's item. Yesterday I went shopping and I bought apples and, I have a clue on the screen, bread. I bought apples and bread. And then the third person goes and has to say all of them. I want you to go around in a circle as many times as you can and try to remember all of the things. Now, you might have some trouble with some letters of the alphabet, like Q. So don't worry. If you find one of the letters is very difficult, skip it and go to the next one. All right? Any questions? No? Because in that case, someone cannot hear anything. Oh, Ingrid, I'm not sure why you cannot hear anything. But we will see maybe in a minute with your settings. Everyone else can hear okay, right? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to make breakout rooms, and I'm going to give you put you in a room with about 4 people, and I want you to go in a circle and try to remember everything. You're going to have about 6 minutes to do this. So let me make the rooms. Okay, I'll see you in 6 minutes. Good luck. Yes, you have to repeat from the beginning. So you have to remember everything, Patricia. Yes.